Hey, hope you're doing great. This is Darren Kidd, and yes, it's a Monday. You can tell because I started off with my microphone muted. Do me a favor as you join. Now, thank goodness, StreamYard now has the ability. They have more platforms we can broadcast on. Hey, Lisa, thanks for joining. And not only that, LinkedIn, I was approved for LinkedIn Live, which I've been trying to get approved for quite some time. So we're now broadcasting on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I think those are the platforms. So whatever platform you're watching this, whether live, and if you're watching live, I'd love to know where you're watching from, or if you're watching on replay, please let me know. But make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the page, because that way, as I start doing a lot more trainings, and you're going to see me do a lot more trainings, you're going to see us, we're getting ready to revamp my entire YouTube channel. We're going to be rolling out new email campaigns with blogs and things that can really help you go further, faster in your network marketing business, or really any business. But we're really going to be talking to those network marketing leaders that feel like they're stuck, they're ready to break through to the next level. And so I'm excited to bring that to you. So, hey, Brenda, thanks for joining on Facebook. Stacy's on Facebook in North Dakota. We've got, thank you for oh, you like the beard? Yeah, that's what happens when you can't grow it on your head. You grow it other places, right? And you can tell, you got a little gray in the beard. Jennifer in Ireland. Hey, I cannot, that's on my dream list. I cannot wait to travel to Ireland. And then we got Lila from Meadow Lake. Thanks for joining. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started because I know it's Monday. I know we're closing out the end of the month, but this is a millionaire habit that some of you, when you first hear it, you may go, oh, I don't need to listen to this. And feel free to tag, just like Lisa is tagging some of her leaders. Feel free to tag anyone that you know may need to hear this information, which in my opinion is every single person that we know, because the millionaire habit that I'm going to share with you today is a habit that can help you in every aspect of your life. It can and will help you in every aspect of your life. And I was recently watching a pastor, and he also has a leadership podcast, Craig Groeschel, I think is how you say his name, or Groeschel. And here's what he said. Okay, tell me if you like this. Successful people do consistently what others do occasionally. Okay, let me repeat that again. Successful people do consistently what others do occasionally. And you will find that, success leaves clues, and there's success habits that are very simple to do. The things I'm going to give you today, you're going to be like, how can that make that much of an impact in my life when it's that simple? But what's easy to do is also easy not to do. And when you start hanging around a different group of people, then you realize that they start thinking a different way. They start thinking and they start doing things a little bit differently. And so our life today is the sum total of our choices, our decisions, and our actions. But the good news is that we can change all of those. Those are something when people train on things that maybe we feel like, hey, look, I can't do that, or I don't have those resources, or I don't have access to this or that. It can be discouraging because you want to change. But when you look at it, you go, I can't because I don't have what they have. Well, when I give you the content that I give you, and I help equip you to go out there and change your life and get to where you want to be further, faster, I'm always thinking about what can I give to you that you can implement and execute on immediately. What are the things that I can help you shorten your learning curve, compress time frames, and get to where you want to be sooner than later. And that's when I put that type of thought into the trainings that I have given you, and especially what I'm going to give you in the near future, because I've never been more intentional and proactive in my life. That's why over the last several weeks, you may have gone, hey, look, where's Darren? Okay, we've been redoing and rethinking and re-strategizing, if that's the way to put it. Anything and everything that I've done, you're going to see that everything's going to another level. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And some of it, I'm just going to make sure that I read some of these bullet points just to keep me on track. Okay, perhaps the most important discovery when it comes to the psychology of success is that 95% of everything that we think, everything that we feel, and we achieve is a result of habit. Okay, it's a habit. And beginning in childhood, we've developed and we've been conditioned and we have responses that we pretty much automatically do on a daily basis subconsciously because we've been doing them for so long. And you can create your new future simply by changing behaviors. And so here is a behavior. Here is something that you can start doing immediately. And I wanted to make sure that I brought this topic to you today. Now, you may be watching this on replay, but it doesn't matter because this applies at any time of the year and in every aspect of your life. But here we are closing out the end of the month, getting ready to kick off a new month. And the millionaire habit that is so critical to your success when it comes to your health, your family, your business, is learning the habit or developing the habit of setting goals. Setting goals. And I want to give you, I don't want you just to listen to me. Okay, I want you to listen to some of these stats as we close out the month and we kick off a new month, because you want to get in front of your month, in front of your days. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive. And there's some simple tips and strategies I'm going to give you today to help you with that. I'm going to start off with a quote by C.S. Lewis. He said, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and you can change the ending. So Harvard Business Study, you may go, why do I need to set goals? More people, how many of you agree with this? How many of you agree that people tend to put more time planning their vacation than they do their life? They just day by day, they're like a ship without a rudder, a ship without a sail. They just get, it's almost like what do you call those wind tunnels, but they're just being blown back and forth with no direction. And so we only have one life. And if you're very intentional, you can live an awesome life. If you look at successful people, they're not just successful in one area of their life. When they develop the right habits, it applies and it affects every single aspect of their life. For example, Lisa Yon, that I saw, one of the first ones that jump on. Like, we were communicating back and forth this morning, and I've watched her over the last several years. She's been very intentional in everything that she's doing. She's intentional in her personal development, intentional with her health, with her family. I've watched her go from being frustrated in her business to having one of the biggest months in the history of, her career in the profession. And so that's just one example. And she's always on the training. She's always plugging in. She's always taking notes. She's tagging people. She's sharing the information. And that, over a period of time, has started to compound in a big, big way. But Harvard Business Study said that 14% of people who have goals are 10 times more successful than those without goals. Let me repeat that again. The 14% who have goals are 10 times more successful than those without goals. When we aim at nothing, you're more likely to hit it. Okay, when you aim at nothing, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. And so if you continue to focus on where you are, you're probably going to stay exactly where you are. Don't look back. You've heard me say this before in my trainings. Don't look back unless that's the way that you want to go. So when you set goals, the reason you want to set goals is because what would we create in our mind, we attract. Okay, we magnetize the condition that we seek. It is true. What you think about, you really do bring about. And so a billionaire mentor of mine told me one time, he goes, Darren, you want to take and run into the future and visit your goals, visit your dreams, visit the lifestyle that you're dreaming of. And then you come back and then you look for the stepping stones to get you from where you are to the dreams that you just visited. And when you set goals, we move in the direction of our expectations, and we move in the direction of the things that we're comfortable with. So when you set those goals, you're more likely to hit it. Here's another reason. Anything that we ever achieve and we ever win, let me know if any of you are having any aha moments. Are you like, oh man, I needed to hear that today? Anything that we ever achieve, we achieve in our head first. Any goal. So that's another reason. And then if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So those are some reasons why you want to set goals. And I'm going to give you some other reasons in just a minute. Now, what areas do you want to set goals? You don't want to just set goals in one area. If you hit all your business goals, but yet you neglect your health. That's not good. Some people spend their entire life sacrificing their health to try to gain wealth. And in the second part of their life, they spend it spending their wealth trying to get back their health. That's not good. That's definitely, if you're looking at the wheel of life, that is a flat spot in your wheel. So you want to set goals not only in your family or your home. That's one area. And as we're going into a new month, you want to think about it. And you don't have to have 10 goals. When I set goals each month, it's going to be 1 to 3 personal goals and 1 to 3 business goals. Sometimes I may have 2 personal goals and I may have 1 business goal, because when you set too many goals, right, you want to set yourself up to win. And you do that by having little wins along the way. It builds your confidence. Another thing that the billionaire told me is that you don't learn to win by losing. You learn to win by winning. Okay, so you got your family and your home. You have financial and business. That's another area. You have mental and educational. You have physical and health, social, cultural, and then spiritual or ethical. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different areas. You want to write them down. This is something so simple. How do you separate yourself from the masses? You do what the masses don't do. If we want a life that most people don't live, there's very simple things that we do that compound over a period of time when you write them down. How many of you would like to have a 42% higher chance of you achieving your goals? 42% chance. When you write your goals down, you're 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you just write them down. That's something very simple. Physical writing. Science shows that when the physical mind-body connection of the brain, when you write it down, there's an 87% connection when you write it down. For me, I'm like, well, I don't like my writing. It's hard to read. I can type much faster. Well, now the studies show that there's only a 3% mind to body connection when you type it. So when you write it down, you want to make sure that you're physically writing it down, not typing it. You can type it as well. I type it. I have it on a whiteboard. I've got it in my achievement planner. But make sure that you spend some time to physically write down your goals. That increases your chances of achieving those goals 42%. Another Harvard business study revealed these statistics. According to success and goal setting, 83% of the population does not even have a goal. They don't have goals. 14% have a plan in mind, but they're unwritten. Only 3% write them down. But this is powerful. The study went on to find that the 14% who have goals are 10 times more likely to succeed than those without goals, just by having goals. But the 3% with the written goals are 3 times more successful than the 14% with unwritten goals. 3 times more successful. So how many of you agree that we all need to have goals? We can't just go through each day, be reactive, hope that things work out, cross our fingers and go, let's just hope and pray that they work out. No, you have to be intentional, purposeful. You want to write them down. You want to have clarity, because see, when you write something down, writing clarifies thought, and clarity gives you focus. And guess what focus gives you? Focus gives you energy. When you write it down, you get clarity because it clarifies thought. Clarity gives you focus. Focus gives you energy. If you ever feel burned out, if you ever feel like, man, I'm not motivated, it's a lack of clarity. Goal setting helps with all of that. All right, so let's see. Any comments? Lisa says, I write and I say my goals at least 5 times a day. Think and Grow Rich. Lisa, that's awesome, because in Think and Grow Rich, they talk about speaking your goals out loud, because then you're hearing them, you're writing them, you're seeing them, you're engaging multiple senses when you do that. Yes, we all need to have goals. Set a BHAG. Yep, you're exactly right. A big, hairy, audacious goal. Now it says LinkedIn user. For some reason, it's not letting me. So LinkedIn user, whoever you are, who just put set a BHAG, put your name so I can say your name. But here's another tip. How many of you would like a quick little tip before we close out? This is really important. And I'll give you an example of how to use it. How many of us have heard people say, set these crazy big goals? You do set big goals, but here's how you set them. They go, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land in the stars. Well, the billionaire mentor of mine, he said, Darren, you don't learn to win by losing. You learn to win by winning. Oh, Jeff, hey, good to see you, brother. You don't learn to win by losing. You learn to win by winning. And the way that you do that, so I know we got several of you that are in the, hey, Bev, good to see you too. You've got, for example, you're in network marketing. So you could be in real estate sales, mortgages, cars, but let's say network marketing. Your goal is to go out and get, so many customers this month. I used to go, man, I'm going to set this crazy, outrageous goal. And then what would happen is you continue to miss those goals and it's deflating. So my mentor taught me you set them like this. You set a minimum, a realistic, and a dream goal. Minimum, realistic, and dream. Your minimum goal, and when this billionaire told me, he goes, Darren, I've never set a goal that I did not achieve. And I'm like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. That can't be right. I'm thinking in my mind, you're not being honest. And he's like, yeah, because I never set a goal that I couldn't achieve. And I'm like, well, that's kind of stupid. Why are you even setting goals if you're setting them so they're so easy that you know you're going to achieve it? And that's when he said, you don't learn to win by losing. You learn to win by winning. You need those small wins. You need those confidence boosters. So when he said you're going to set a minimum, a realistic, and a dream goal, the minimum goal, you do not write it down unless you know you're going to achieve it or you don't put it down. Let's say this month, I know in the month of February, I can get 2 customers hands down. Like there's no way possible that I will fail getting 2 customers. So I write down minimum 2 customers, realistic 5, and let's say my dream goal is 10. And if I look at my ratio, let's say, hey, I'm not really that good. So if I talk to 10 people, I get 10 people a video, I tag them in a Facebook group, I send them to a website, I only get 1 out of 10. Well, what you do is you base your activities off of the dream goal. So if I want to go out and get 10 customers and I'm only getting 1 out of 10, which by the way, we know that your ratio will improve because the more you do, you're going to get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. So eventually you're going to get 2 out of 10 and 3 out of 10 and 4 out of 10 or more. But I know that I need to share information with 100 people this month. Well, at first that's kind of overwhelming, like 100 people. Well, let's say you work 5 days a week. That's 25 during the week. 25 for 4 weeks, that's 100 people. That's only 5 a day. And if you're doing the right things, especially if you're in the network marketing profession and you're pointing to something, you're directing them to a Facebook group, a video, a website, a Zoom, and you're letting that do the presentation for you, you can reach out to 5 people and connect them to that information a day during the cracks and crevices of your day. So then if you go out and you're doing 25 a week, 100 over the month, there is no way you're not going to get your minimum of 2 new customers. You're most likely, you're going to be hitting your realistic of 5 or probably your dream goal of 10. So you set your activities based off of the dream goal. Okay, so minimum, realistic, and dream, but then set your activities based off of the dream goal. Let me know if that helps. Let me know if any of you needed to hear that. It helps you break it down. It helps you set goals the right way. It doesn't deflate you. It helps you build your confidence. And then you're going to get better at goal setting every single month as well. And we're not going into an in-depth goal setting session right now of, hey, here's exactly how you set the goals and you figure out the high performance activities or the key performing indicators. But these are the basic things that you at least want to start. Okay. Do it messy. You're not going to be a perfect goal setter. I still, am learning how to set goals and be more efficient, and how to make sure that I'm tracking the right activities, that I'm on pace to do the right things. All right. So Vicky said you needed to hear it. You're welcome. Very helpful. Thank you. I'm not sure if it's Lila or Leela. Okay. Probably Lila, but thank you for the comments. And I promise you, if you keep showing up, I'll get your name right. All right. Hey, Daphne, you're very welcome. So once again, if you have some people that, want to jump on here, or they need to hear this message, and let me do this. Let me put up a banner while we're on here that will give you, for those of you that are in the US. Well, first of all, we're going to be creating some new free resources with you. This is one. It's a cool little resource that helps you. It has a why worksheet. So as you're, working on writing your goals and thinking about what you really want to achieve, this can help you, but it's also just going to put you on a communication list with me. So darrenkid.com/3laws. So you can download that. You'll be on my email list, and that way we can communicate with you. And then if you are, I'll give you a second to write that down. Then we'll look for any more comments and I'll close it out. Then if you're in the US, if you want to stay in touch and you want to be on my text message list, then you'll text message SWD, like Succeed with Darren, to that number, 85775. Okay, 85775. All right. You're welcome, Charles. Glad you got some value. All right. So let's go ahead and close it out. Well, listen, thanks so much, everybody. It was great to see you. Oops, wrong one. There we go again. I don't mean to make you all of a sudden cross your eyes because I'm putting so many banners on the screen. But listen, we will see you on the next training. We appreciate you jumping on. So once again, whatever platform, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and can't wait to see you really soon. Take care. Have a great day.